intentional malice. Complications like breech births, infections, or postpartum bleeding were common, and since someone had to be blamed, the midwife was the easiest target. It didn't help that midwives knew about herbs and remedies to ease pain or speed labour. These were often the same herbs used in other suspicious activities, so a birthing tonic looked a lot like a witch's brew, and heaven forbid you used anything unusual, like chanting, gentle massage, or, worst of all, boiled water. Such extravagance was proof you were doing something unnatural. Midwives also saw a lot of, well, everything. They knew private details about families, including who had been pregnant, who mysteriously wasn't anymore, and which child bore a suspicious resemblance to the blacksmith instead of the husband. This kind of knowledge made people nervous. In a society where gossip travelled faster than disease, she knows too much could quickly turn into she knows too much because she talks to demons. Sometimes, the accusation didn't even start with the family involved. A jealous rival, a spurned suitor, or a cranky neighbour could accuse a midwife of witchcraft simply to ruin her livelihood. All it took was one bad outcome, or one healthy baby whose parents didn't like you, and the whispers began. In the Middle Ages, meteorology wasn't a science, it was a blame game. And if a storm, frost, drought, or oddly shaped cloud happened near your home, the explanation was simple. You did it. It didn't matter that weather patterns were beyond anyone's control. If hail flattened the barley crop, someone had to be responsible. And you, with your slightly odd habits and unfortunate location, fit the bill perfectly. A lightning strike in your yard? Proof that you were summoning fire from the heavens? A late frost just before planting season? Clearly you'd whispered to the moon to ruin the harvest. Rain was particularly suspicious. Too much of it and you'd summoned floods. Too little and you'd bound the clouds. The fact that you benefited just as little from bad weather as everyone else didn't matter. Logic was optional. Some accusations were hilariously specific. In parts of Europe, it was believed witches could milk storm clouds the way farmers milked cows. If a sudden downpour hit after you'd been seen in the fields, people assumed you'd been squeezing rain out of the sky for personal gain. And by personal gain, they meant evil purposes nobody could quite define. Travellers could make things worse. If they passed through and claimed, "The weather was fine until I reached this village," congratulations, you were now the village's climate control suspect. No one questioned